direction or destiny. Well, I set out from my location with no direction or destination, a permanent vacation with not a single friend in sight. The conductor punched my ticket. He said, son, you better listen. Don't get caught up in reminiscing. You wind up going missing. So I keep rolling on, rolling on, rolling till the break of day. I keep rolling on, rolling on, I'll be on my way. I keep rolling on, rolling on, rolling till the break of day. I keep rolling on, rolling on, I'll be on my way. Like an ancient desert drifter, seeking hidden wisdom in the sun and in the scripture. I have found out what I was, and so I keep rolling on, rolling on, rolling till the break of day. I keep rolling on, rolling on, I'll be on my way. I keep rolling on, rolling till the break of day. I keep rolling on, I'll be on my way. Rolling on, I'll be on my way.
Yes. I am okay. Hey, everyone. Good to see you tonight. We are nighttime now.
Hello.
We are starting a little early because we have our daughters here. We want to spend time with them tonight. So wanted to do our Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live.
I like it.
We love the show Saturday Night Live.
And we're so funny.
Yeah, well,
right?
not at the
We're
level of Saturday Night Live.
hilarious.
Oh, hey, everyone coming in. Please hit the like as you come in. It helps kind of get the notifications up and people seeing that we're live. Hey, Eve, thanks for joining. Lulu, spread love, not hate. I love that tag.
I love that.
Hey, Rita, good to see you. Civil Death 20.2.
Hey, Rita, good to see you.
Let's see. Saved by Grace, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Truly amazing. Dark Rose. CC05. Hey Knight 72. You guys got to make your names easier to pronounce. Dark Rose. Good to see you. Saved by Grace.
I think you already said that one. Civil Death.
Baby Kisses. What'd you say about Civil Death?
I was just saying hello.
Oh, I thought you liked the name.
Well, it's kind of cool.
Truly amazing.
Rebecca Swindle.
Rebecca Swindle.
Or is it Swindell?
Yes, you made one. Oh man. It's weird starting early, and this is going to be a weird one. We are trying to, lately we have just been sucked into all the other stuff going on.
Too much drama for me. That's why you probably haven't seen me very much.
Yeah, Jen didn't join those. We're getting back to the case here. We want, I came across this video. I'll tell you, it was a surprising source actually. And I watched it and I'm like, this is a fascinating interview. I've got to talk to our members, our subscribers about this because it raised a bunch of questions in my mind. And Jen hasn't seen it, so Jen's going to be reacting.
He's doing this to me. I'm going in blind, guys.
Going in blind.
So
and based on things that Dawn said in the interview, it just sent me down a rabbit hole. One of my it's kind of borderline conspiracy theory, but it's about conspiracy theorists. Because
no wonder you didn't tell me.
Well, the things Dawn talked about, I recognize the things Dawn talked about, and the theories, the conspiracy theories. I'm like, I didn't know Dawn believed this stuff. It was fascinating to me, and I kind of.
So it's a conspiracy theory involving Dawn. This should be interesting.
Yeah, well, involving his conspiracy theory beliefs.
He has general beliefs in conspiracy.
You'll see. Oh yes. Hey Jenna, good to see you.
Oh boy, hi Jenna.
Yeah, we won't, Kayla. We're done with it. We're done with it.
When?
Done with it. I don't care if there's any more lives on that whole thing.
That was. It's so hard though, because we're so we are deep into it, and we're part of the drama without wanting to be.
A lot of times,
like in name.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And like you guys have to watch out for a video of our girls.
Stop. That's just stupid.
I won't.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about QAnon and Oath Keepers because it's related.
I don't even know what QAnon is.
We'll talk about that. QAnon and Oath Keepers is connected to Dawn for indirectly right now. I'm still working on hard proof. I've got hearsay, unfortunately, but I'm still going to mention it because I've got an actual text.
Well, when you have conspiracy theories, you always have hearsay. I mean, that is
at the beginning. Part of it. At the beginning, yes, until you prove it. And usually, I don't mention it until I've been able to confirm it by interviewing the person who at least talked to Dawn, or because I can't talk to Dawn, he won't talk to us or me. So
no way.
Can only talk to people who know them. I did want to thank you. Thank you, shout out to all of our members. We have going over 20, I think, at this point, and even 20 contributing monthly is a huge help for everything we do.
Yeah.
I got to tell you guys, today I got it as we're going into this live. I got a text from Jennifer Santinello on new lead on Layla Santinello's case.
Oh, that'd be good.
Not going to share anything, but there's a search potentially that'll require some cameras and different gear, and she was reaching out to ask if we could help. And it's exciting. It's hopefully going to turn up something. Man, it goes dead for a long time in a case like Layla, and then
I wonder if Moon could help potentially.
In this case, it's
maybe not.
Possibly. Good point. Actually, she might hit on.
She might.
It's. I can't give any details, but maybe. Anyway, sorry. Let's get to this story here tonight, you guys. I want to jump right into it. People don't like long intros. So thank you all for joining. And again, anyone who joins, please at least hit the like button. It really helps. Gets more people coming in. This is an important one tonight, in my opinion. It helps with actually going in, I think, what is a helpful direction.
Mm-hmm.
Because we'll get to it, but it helps with future locations, I think, as we start digging. What I want to get to is this interview first. I want to show you all this interview that I came across with Dawn Wells.
Right. I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, this is all our opinion and alleged.
All opinion, all alleged.
You know what I mean? Like, and don't go doxing anybody involved like you guys would. But I think it's best for us to give these disclaimers.
I hate the term for entertainment purposes only, because this isn't entertainment.
I didn't say that.
I was going to say
our opinion.
A lot of people say for entertainment purposes only, maybe because I think it keeps them out of hot water, but I just don't. It's not entertainment.
No.
I mean, this is serious stuff.
I'm glad if you guys are entertained.
Yes.
That's good.
True.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you didn't. The fact that we're covering Dawn Wells, I do need to give a disclaimer that we do not believe that anyone is guilty or innocent. Again, there's nothing proving that Dawn is involved in the disappearance of his daughter. Proving, I said, not that people don't have
suspicions.
What's it called? Circumstantial evidence of their own that makes them go one way or the other. But I'm just saying we're not there. We're not saying in this live even that Dawn is guilty of anything.
Right.
This interview reveals to me, because I can't talk to him. I would have loved to talk to him like this guy did. It just helps with when he's talking about his beliefs, it gives insight.
Who did the interview?
A guy named Doug. I don't even know who he is.
Okay.
You'll see.
Because you need to give credit to the creator.
I will give credit to the person who shared it.
Okay.
The person who shared it is someone that used to be a very strong supporter of ours. She was a member for a long time. She got sucked into other channels that went into the drama and the hate, and she was attacking us on other channels. And I told her, I'm like, look, if you start attacking us, I have to block you. I have to block you from our channel.
Yeah.
It's just our policy. And we went back and forth.
That was a long time
ago.
ago, wasn't it?
It was a while back, and she's like, she just went over to the dark side, so I had to block her. But even though she's blocked, the fact that I'm using, yay, new member, thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mama.
Oh, thank you so much. Membership is one of the biggest ways to help.
Love it.
It's just a constant monthly thing that it shows regular ongoing support. Thank you so much for that. It was the person. It's okay. Don't ever feel like you have to give.
No.
Please
You're
don't.
all equally important to us.
It's inflation big time. Things like groceries and holy cow.
I spent so much on groceries this past week, like hyperventilating every time I go to the store.
It's crazy. The person who published this first, I saw first. Sorry, I saw a message come in. Nothing important.
Okay.
Was Phoebe Australia. Phoebe Australia usually doesn't post anything on her channel, but this one she just posted not too long ago. I came across it searching for information about Dawn and Candace when I was just searching YouTube, and I watched this interview and it was fascinating. So I will share a link. She doesn't have a channel. She has like I don't know, 100 subscribers. I don't think she's trying to pursue a channel, but she published it on her channel. So she doesn't publish often. She doesn't publish much of anything, but this one popped up on her channel. So
was it surprising to you that this was on her channel?
Very. Yeah. She doesn't do stuff. She doesn't do videos. She usually is just a visitor, a person in chats on most creators, a bunch of creators. So but I did have to record it, you guys, because Dawn says a nasty word. She said the N-word in there, so I actually I had to record it. I had to edit it. I muted out
that says something about his character.
That word, because I didn't want to publish that on YouTube with the N-word on there. So I removed that. He does say the F word, just trigger warning or Christian warning. I don't say it.
Christian warning.
There's
racism warning.
There's F-bombs on this occasionally. So just if you don't like rough language.
You didn't X those out, huh?
No, I didn't have time.
It's probably every other word.
It was a lot of them. I didn't have time, but he did say the N word that I blocked out, hopefully only once. I think that was only once. And then a lot of F words. Yes, that is Dawn.
Okay, so sorry.
Sorry.
It's rated R.
This is R-rated, you guys.
R-rated.
R-rated. I uploaded it as a private file that I'm going to share on from our channel. That's how I usually share things because the sound comes across better. It's private though, so it's just we use the link. And let me cue it up.
I'm very curious. What's the picture of them? Is that AI?
I think it was AI generated.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Let me share it here. Get rid of this. Boom. And we will try to run as much as we can. We're not going to keep interrupting people. When we covered Candace's, people were frustrated because we kept pausing, which is usually commentary. I mean, usually when people comment on videos, but I'll keep going. Thank you, Civil Death. Glad you do. Try to be fair.
Yeah. It's hard though. I mean, to not react.
We'll try to we'll try to keep our reactions few and far between, but I might pause it. I hope it's not too annoying, you guys. I will pause it. Okay. This isn't the original location. You can't get to this one because this is private on our channel, but I'll share the Phoebe link. Just give Phoebe credit. And no, Chill Billy, I never got to talk to Dawn. This is a interview he did with a guy named Doug. Maybe you know who Doug is. I think he was at the beginning. He was in the Summerwells case, researching, I think searching, I have no idea. But you could see you see at the top, Phoebe Australia. So please tell me this isn't no, this is ours, right? Hold on a second. I got to make sure it's not the original because the original is curse words.
It says right.
Oh, good. Okay, so she had her stamp
Yeah.
at the top. That's great. Good. So she can.
Okay.
It'll
She gets credit for
credit her
it.
channel and everything, even
Yeah.
though it's a recording, which is good. So you can see Ryan finds truth on there.
Gotcha.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna get to it. The no thanks guy. I have no idea. I don't know who Doug is. If you guys can help me, this was just a random. This was an interview I saw with a guy named Doug. I was told when I asked around, he used to be a YouTuber, an active one, and then he stopped. I don't even. This was posted 3 days ago, so I don't even know when the interview was.
He'll just go by the guy named Doug.
If you guys probably know the ones that have been on the case longer, so we've got. Insane Doug is Daft's a cop. I believe he was good, then not, and good, then not. It's common on YouTube, right? He lived in California. Okay, thank you.
Oh, beautiful disaster. Say he lost his channel. I wonder.
Oh, he lost his channel.
I wonder what that means.
Doug was not such a nice guy. Lost his channel a couple years ago. Okay. I don't know Rain Dancer. I mean, you guys know better than I do. I just came across this. All I know is his name is Doug. So hopefully, if you guys know, maybe it is Doug Hutton, I guess.
Let's watch it.
Yep. I would say don't pay attention to the fact that who's doing the interview. For me, it was the responses. It was what Don was saying, his theories.
Okay.
He seemed sober in this case. So I'm not so much focused on who Doug was or what he even asked. I didn't care. What I cared a lot about was hearing Don's responses. And the responses were about summer. He was asking, how do you feel about summer? Or what do you think about summer being missing or whatever? And his responses weren't about summer, that he went off in this conspiracy land. And that was his response. Like his response to summer being missing is conspiracy theories.
I think I'm with everybody. Can you just play with
Okay, I'll shut up. Here we go. This was the interview. And try to do as little commentary as we can.
Okay.
14 minutes.
Obviously, I still talk about your daughter. All of her stuff's up there. It's not in like negative light. It's just all in positive light. It's not like our conversations or anything. It's just my trips and what Hawkins County looks like, and that, what people needed to know about timelines and shit. Like how long it took to get to places and where they actually were, and seeing that area. I mean, besides Hunter's area, those people wanted to come out and try to fucking fight me.
Hey, Sarah.
The African American people that lived in his house now, they came out and who the fuck is this? And I was like, and I'm like, I'm here to pick up a table. And they're like, oh, that's not our house. And I'm like, well, maybe it's the house next door. I'm sorry. And I moved on. Yeah.
I had no idea. Holy crap.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit going on down in America these days.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
been going down.
Because in all, Don, I've always wanted to help find people and help people. And the people who don't want your daughter found or the answers are the ones that really damaged you guys. And I've always wanted to find your daughter. That's a fact.
You hit the fucking nail right on the head right there. You actually did. And you don't even realize what you just said.
I do. I stand for summer, bro. I stand for summer, and I stand for what's right, and I always have. No, I didn't say you guys didn't stand for summer. No, I didn't. Yeah. No. But I'm saying, like, I stand for summer. I really want to find summer, and it's not for a monetary gain. It's not a monetary thing.
Well, check this out. I'm gonna run some stuff by you. You might agree. We'll probably disagree. America is not America anymore.
Here you go.
What's on your mind?
You probably have to read a book just to get a small idea of what's going on in this world today. You might want to read J.P. Morgan or Morgan and Morgan.
Isn't that crazy?
Whatever.
Wait,
It's the financiers.
That's
It's the financiers of the world. The president, the fucking government, all these fucking, that act like they run our country. They ain't running shit. They're just fucking pawns. We ain't nothing. We're nothing.
There's a voice for the president, bro. He's the puppet, right?
You doing it?
Yes, absolutely. He doesn't run shit. He's just an actor. Trump's the only one that actually tried to do good, and look what they done to him. If they can do that to Trump, imagine what they can do to you.
So there's a they. That's a group that's running things in the government, and the president is a puppet.
Isn't he racist?
And he also referred to them as the N-word. So I don't know if that means he's referring to immigrants or what, but so far so interesting, right? I mean,
yeah.
It's a conspiracy theory starting. And I always wonder if you guys also let me know. Sure, I'll reach out, sure. Let me know if was Don talking like this? So there's not much of him before summer. Oh, wow. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
God bless you. Thank you so much for becoming a member. If anybody knows, was Don talking in the conspiracy lingo, language, belief system before Summer disappeared? Anybody who knew him? There's not a lot of videos before Summer of him, obviously. But I'm just curious if he was in this mindset before Summer disappeared, or if this, what he's going to talk about here, all started after, as like a way to explain it away. I'm very curious about that. Although I have an inkling, because after this, I'm going to show you a little bit of proof that he was on this mindset before Summer disappeared, based on something I'm going to share here. So that could be answer that question, but I'm not sure. I'm curious if anyone who knew him knows he was thinking like this beforehand. Yes, his mom was a doomsday prepper. Good point. So maybe he was kind of taught this growing up, that the world's like this.
I didn't know that.
Very good point,
That's
Dark Rose.
interesting.
Thank you, Amanda. We try to be. We try to be.
It's hard sometimes.
Always said racist stuff. Okay.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, not too surprising. Okay, let's continue.
America is not America anymore. Not like it used to be. It's sad. It's horrific. Personally, I'm gonna run this by you. You can take it or leave it. You can do whatever you want with it. But the Roman Catholic Church, the financiers of the world, are the ones who control everything. And unfortunately, the Roman Catholic Church is a big part of that, because they own most of the money in the world.
Wow.
So part 2 of the conspiracy theory is that the Roman Catholic Church is behind a lot of it, a lot of the financiers, he calls them. So that's important too. It's part of the conspiracy theory that he's following, and it helps with finding the group that matches the conspiracy theory to understand what group he's hearing from, or what books he's reading, or things like that.
This is something a lot of people don't understand.
So I get where you're going with this. Do you think they have something to do with Summer's disappearance?
Oh, absolutely.
So you're saying you think the trafficking aspect?
Corruption, all the way. Especially.
What about Scientology, Don? What about Scientology? Aren't they known for trafficking too?
They're idiots. They're just idiots.
No, but they're known for the same thing, right? Human trafficking.
Well, I don't know. I really don't know. I know they used to send my mom a lot of videos and DVDs and stuff. My mom had a whole library of DVDs that she ordered from the Scientology church, and I went out and buried them all, and then our property back here. We took the whole collection and buried the whole fucking thing.
Is your mom still alive, or she's passed, right?
No, yeah, she passed.
I think so.
Okay.
She got MRSA and died from that.
Okay. That's crazy. My mom had Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and dementia all at once. She had like the trifecta.
Maybe you do understand. I shouldn't say that like that. This is bigger than any of us even imagine. It's probably too late. It's probably too late for our country.
Right.
It's gone beyond.
So Don, they say that like this is cold. It's not cold. Do you think this is cold?
You know what? This is what I think. Oh my gosh. Okay. You know, a lot of people think I'm crazy for saying this, but you might not. I mean, I don't know. You know, there's a lot going on, but like I said, man.
Hey, yeah. If you missed the beginning, I found this on YouTube. This came from not really a creator, a person who's been active in as a
Summer
viewer of channels in the Summerwell's world. That was Phoebe, Australia. Share has nothing to do with this live.
Our country is for sale. Our country is for sale, man. You can live in fucking Korea, North Korea. If you got the money, You can come to America and buy a house and adopt whatever fucking kind of child you want.
Thank
and
you.
do whatever the fuck you want if you got the money. America is for sale. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
This is all in the Bible.
So where are we going with this, Don? So you think the Roman Catholics have something to do with your daughter being taken and being sold?
I actually do, yes.
Do you think that they're alive or deceased?
No. I think somebody paid big money for a blonde-haired, blue-eyed little girl. And the hope is that somebody actually loves her, bro, and is taking care of her. That's the hope.
Who couldn't love her, bro? Like,
right? If somebody ever hurts her, bro, you know, if you don't beat me there, I will beat your ass there.
Let me ask you a question. See, that I'm glad you say it like that, because you know when Chris McDonough talked to you, Don, and he said, what would you want to do to somebody if you found out they have something to do with your daughter going missing or something?
Yeah,
and you said, I don't know, because I know what prison's like. I don't know if I could put them there. Were you just more caught up in the moment and you didn't know what to say and it came out wrong?
Yeah, I really didn't know what to say, you know, but my true feelings is, well, I mean, that's a hard question, bro. You know that.
No, it's a loaded question. It's not a hard question. It's a loaded question, Don. Let's be honest.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's hard. It's a very hard question to answer. If somebody actually loved my daughter and was actually it was after her best interest, that's different than somebody that was actually trying to hurt her or sell her in some sex thing. I mean, for a long time, I thought.
Wait, okay, let's take it there for a second, since you kind of bring that up. And you've said this in the past too, where you said somebody, let's be honest, somebody's probably got her and done some bad things to her and then fucking killed her. Do you remember saying that? It's on the internet still.
Because that's what I thought.
Okay, no, I get that. I know, I understand that, but at this point, but at this point, when you just said that to me, it makes me feel like that you feel like not somebody doesn't have her. Do you feel like and killed her and did that to her? You think that somebody has her and is loving on her and loves her like a parent and a family, or do you think that there's something?
That's the hope, bro. That's
okay.
The hope.
Now you don't think that you don't think when you're saying that the Roman Catholics or whoever sold her, you don't feel like they sold her for sex. You just sold her for family.
Okay, you're getting way too far ahead, bro. You need to calm down.
Well, no, because I'm asking because you kind of skipped over when you said sex just now, and I was like, I don't want to have that in my head that anybody hurt Summer that way, right?
Okay, look. Do you know that? Okay, in the state of Georgia, just in the state of Georgia alone, there's 2,700 missing kids in the state of Georgia that were in CPS care.
This part's important, you guys, because this is another element of the conspiracy. The pattern of the conspiracy thinking can match a group if you listen to all the elements that Don is talking about. It's got the Roman Catholic Church, anti-government, the president's a puppet, and now he's getting into the third or fourth element.
He's also sounding like he's for the president.
He's for the president, but he believes the president's being controlled by this nefarious cabal, this group of financiers. And now he's getting into the CPS side of it, which is another element of a conspiracy theory. A lot of groups out there have. Right. I'm going to get into this. There's a bunch of groups out there that are anti-CPS. So now he's talking about the CPS piece. And that's why I was asking, did he believe all this before or after someone disappeared? Was he anti-CPS before that? Was it just because they were hit with CPS cases? CPS was after them, took the boys away. Was it after all that? And so he's got a grudge against them. Those are some questions I have. But again, I have some inkling that he was into this kind of stuff before Summer disappeared. So it's interesting to me.
So?
Yeah, I think so. I'll show some kind of proof. Okay. It's hearsay, but it's a little bit of, it's a rabbit hole we're going down to understand where this mentality came from. Hey, Genevieve. This is interesting. This piece is the most interesting to me when he starts talking about CPS conspiracy theories.
They don't even bother to report them missing.
CPS is terrible. Let's be honest. That's a huge problem, Don. And if you should be advocating for anything, it's CPS change.
Yeah, but I can't.
Why?
I mean, I can't. I want to go against these because we know they're dirty. This is a multi-billion-dollar business.
Are you talking about CPS or trafficking?
Yeah, CPS.
Okay, trafficking as well.
CPS alone, I'm guesstimating $300 to $500 billion a year.
Sorry to pause again. I agree, civil death. That is the total. My gut tells me this isn't all from Don's own reading. I think he's talking to people.
What do you mean on the side?
He's outside of YouTube. He's having conversations with people that are
With a lot of people
that are supporting these conspiracies and all this mentality. That's what I feel.
Okay.
I feel like there's other people he's talking to, and I'm so curious about that piece of it. You know, I agree with you, civil death.
Go to CPS for kids in foster care. There's kids missing that are in foster care just in the state of Georgia. Okay, 2,700 in the last 4 or 5 years. They don't even report them missing. Why is that?
But what about the West case where those 2 little black babies weren't reported missing for several months and they had been already killed by their parents and the parents had their kids kill their kids?
Yeah, I have no idea about that, bro. I haven't even heard about that.
They just got let me tell you, they just got like 4 life sentences, each of them.
Really?
Oh, they got life without possibility of parole with an extra 40 years or some bullshit.
Is that case where you was out there?
I was out there searching for those 3 months in the desert for those boys. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they're done, bro. Those parents made their kids kill their kids, bro.
Really?
Yeah, those kids flat out told CPS and the judge, no, we don't want to go back, and they told on their parents.
Wow.
Yeah, hell yeah. And that's where people are coming. We're like, okay, they're not getting their kids back, and the kids don't want to go back. And your kids actually, did they say that to the judge that we don't want to go back to our parents, and that's why they didn't?
Well, we don't know what's going on with our kids actually, because that's just hearsay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's hearsay. We don't know what they're telling our kids. We don't know how they're brainwashing them. But I do know this, Doug. Check this out, bro.
He's going to keep going. I got to respond to Genevieve. If you think you're biting your tongue now, you're going to be biting your tongue even harder when we go down trying to understand the groups that match his conspiracy beliefs. So yeah, your tongue's going to hurt by the end of this.
On the real. When our kids is here, we always said, I love you with all my heart. We will always hug. We done everything we could for our kids, 100%, Doug. You need to understand that. And then all of a sudden, when they go into CPS custody, all of a sudden it's like they're brainwashed. That they got all 3 of our boys.
So when you were in jail and Candace was able to talk with them, when you got out of jail, you said everything changed. You told Ansley Daniel everything changed. Remember when you were in it? So was it because of something that Candace did or said?
No. When I was in jail, all right, the caseworker come to me and visited me in jail and said, Candace ain't got a prayer. If you divorce her, you can get the boys back. And then she come to me like that several times and visited me in jail and was trying to tell me that and trying to get me to divorce my wife. And then when I got out of jail, I find out that bitch was telling Candace the same thing, trying to get her to divorce me. What they was trying to really do, though, bro, is trying to break down our family dynamics so that they'd have more of a case to take our boys. That's what they was really trying to do. When they get custody of kids, full custody, they can adopt them out to anywhere in the world. And I don't know what they adopt a blonde-haired, blue-eyed little girl for.
Oh, listen, blonde hair, blue eyes are what people go for, right?
Right. That could be $100,000 in their pocket.
Bro, human trafficking and organ sales is over a $1.5 billion a year business.
Exactly. Summer could be anywhere in this world, bro, for real.
Do you feel like Summer's with God right now, or do you feel like Summer's still with somebody?
I think she's with a rich family somewhere in the world. I don't know. I feel like, honestly, this is my honest feeling, that CPS in Hawkins County, I don't know which or both or what, has something to do with my daughter's disappearance. Honest to God. Man, you can come over here and visit me if you want. You should have fucking called me and come up here and talk to me, right?
Well, I didn't have your number because you had shut it down, but you also said when you saw me, you wanted to kill me.
I never said that.
No, you did. You said it's.
Well, if I said that, I apologize.
That's okay. And it is what it is. Don,
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you,
bro. You have big enough sack to call me and tell me to call you, and you call me back. So like I have respect for that, and like this is a different world now, Don. This and again, if you're in it to find your daughter, I'm in it with you to find your daughter.
Absolutely.
Same with Candace, and no, and that goes for Candace too. That and I'll put that out there. That goes for Candace too.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, 100.
If you ever come back up this way, man, you holler at me, and
Is that it?
Yep.
That's it?
Yep.
Why did it stop
Yep.
so?
They were kind of
Suddenly.
closing out the call, and I think he just stopped
Okay.
recording at that
Okay.
point. So we've got the road Don has gone down, and I don't know when he went down this. A lot of people in chat believe he's been talking to people that are driving this conspiracy. It's anti-government, anti-Catholic Church, apparently strong anti-CPS, very strong anti-CPS, and a belief, this is really important, probably the most important piece, is a belief that there's a conspiracy and hype by people in power to create this child trafficking ring trade, high finance, high money that's driving the abduction of children for the either inappropriate activities or organ sales. A lot of people believe that. I mean, there are a lot of people who believe that, but it's the combination of anti-government and all the other things he said that help us try to understand, like, what dogma is he going down? The one I first thought of when he was talking, as he's talking, I'm like, I've heard this before. And I started going down the road of, exactly, you just nailed it. I started going down the road of QAnon because I've been following in my past conspiracy theory research. When QAnon first started, it was a lot of wild conspiracy theories. A lot of people believe that the Russians were driving a lot of these to sort of corrupt our politics and our population to sort of self-implode the country, the U.S. people population. But lately, have you guys heard of Pizzagate? That was one of the most important ones, I think, that centers around this. Let me share this real quick. QAnon, at least, and QAnon leads to other groups that I'm going to be talking about, because QAnon is a large dogma that feeds a lot of other, I would say, very militant, kind of very right-wing. Nothing gets right-wing. We're kind of on the right ourselves a little bit, but they've infiltrated the Christian right, and they're driving a lot of the Christian right. Unfortunately, they're drawing a lot of good-meaning Christians who don't like the government way to the side of conspiracy thinking. Everybody knows Don talks a lot about his Christianity, and I think either, I don't know when though, if it was before or after summer, but he's on this road. He's down this road.
Yeah.
Sounds very much QAnon. QAnon, just as an overview for you guys, far right American political conspiracy theory and political movement that originated in 2017. Centers on fabricated claims made by anonymous individual or individuals known as Q. They're spread all around social media. Their core belief is that a cabal of satanic, cannibalistic child molesters in league with the deep state, all of those things line up, is operating a global child sex trafficking ring. And that Donald Trump is secretly leading a fight against them. So that's part of it. Pizzagate, according to QAnon researcher Mike Rothschild, while Q has a number of precursor conspiracy theories, which I was familiar with way before that when they first started, no conspiracy theory feeds more immediate than Pizzagate. The Pizzagate theory began in March 2016 with the leak of Clinton campaigner John Podesta's emails, which promoters of the theory believed contained a secret code detailing child sexual abuse. Pizzagate followers said that the high-profile Democrats were sexually abusing children at Washington I remember this. That came out. That was a ton of online stuff around that.
Oh my gosh.
Which led to an armed attack on the establishment by a gunman who believed the conspiracy theory. The allegations of child sexual abuse and the centrality of the Clinton family to this abuse became a key part of the QAnon belief system. But in time, Clinton's centrality was de-emphasized in favor of more generalistic conspiracy claims of a worldwide elite of child sex traffickers. That is the common piece, and that feeds into a
Mhm.
lot of these other militant groups that believe the same thing, that there's this worldwide organized high-powered sex trafficking ring. QAnon followers often use the hashtag Save the Children to promote the Pizzagate conspiracy theory. This caused the protest from the unrelated non-government organization Save the Children, and so they actually, I think, changed it to Save Our Children. I think it changed to Save Our Children. I think that is either here on another document. Yes, Save Our Children. But here's the danger of this, you guys. This is how bad it is. The belief in conspiracy theories like this any conspiracy,
Don't
really
compromise quality insurance
warps
for savings
mind.
or your time.
Yes, militant extremists. It warps them to the point that they take action. They do things. There's one case where a man unalived his children after diving down far into the QAnon conspiracies.
Wow.
This is one case. This is only 30. Wait a second. This is the ad. Hold on.
For
Shouldn't
this
be too
ad.
long. This
Hit
is
that skip button. Or
A 2-year-old boy.
There's a terrible case in California of a guy who actually unalived his children because he went down this road. That's how like mind-numbing and virus this thinking
has to do with
is.
the Illuminati
And
too.
and we're not saying there could be organized child trafficking.
I mean, it wouldn't be surprising.
I went down that road, but once someone goes down the road of our government or some secret high-powered cabal across the world is running this conspiracy, then you're getting into a sick way of thinking that's not realistic. There's no way anything can be organized across the world. Things get leaked.
True.
So even if there probably could be small rings, there's been exposed child trafficking rings. They're usually local. If there's high-powered people, it's like a minister, a sheriff. They get exposed. The TBI or the FBI arrests a ring of people who are distributing material. That's usually the level of these conspiracies or these organizations. But to take it to the level of an organized, our government's running it, that's a whole different level. And that's where it gets, people get sick. People get sick from following conspiracy theories too far.
Yes.
And
if they have a propensity to get, to become manic or, it can be really dangerous.
It's extremism. And this guy got sick, unfortunately, and it led to horrible consequences.
And 10-month-old girl brutally murdered. Their father confessing to authorities that he killed them, allegedly telling police he'd been enlightened by QAnon and Illuminati conspiracy theories, and that he believed his children possessed serpent DNA.
Hey, Lulu.
CNN's Josh Campbell has more on this tragic story, and I want to warn you, the details are disturbing.
Yes, exactly, Genevieve.
2 small children stabbed in the heart with a spearfishing gun. Their own father allegedly leaving their bodies in a ditch in Mexico. Mexican authorities describing difficult details.
Under the bushes, they found the lifeless bodies of 2 children, 1 female, 1 male.
Authorities say 40-year-old surf instructor Matthew Taylor Coleman from Santa Barbara, California, confessed to murdering his 2-year-old son and 10-month-old daughter this week in Mexico, telling the FBI he was driven to the killings after being enlightened by QAnon and Illuminati conspiracy theories. Police and federal agents were called in after the children were reported missing by their mother. Authorities tracking Coleman's cell phone to Mexico. Surveillance video images released by authorities show Coleman checking into a hotel with his children August 7th. Just before 3 a.m. on August 9th, he packs them up and leaves the hotel, returning hours later alone. He was stopped by border officials while returning to the United States. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers finding what appeared to be blood on the vehicle's registration paperwork, but no children. The FBI soon learned from Mexican authorities that the bodies of 2 children were found overnight, along with the murder weapon, bloody clothes, and a baby's blanket. According to the criminal complaint, Coleman allegedly told authorities he was receiving visions and signs revealing that his wife possessed serpent DNA and had passed it on to his children. Coleman also allegedly telling the FBI he was saving the world from monsters. He was arrested and charged with the foreign murder of U.S. nationals.
Just a horrific, tragic loss.
Coleman's neighbors back in Santa Barbara, stunned.
Just shocked, frankly. Immensely tragic, and having known the two kids and the family. It's just awful.
Josh, wow, what a tragic story. But this isn't the first time we've seen a suspected QAnon follower go violent. What are authorities saying about the ongoing threat posed by conspiracy theorists?
Yeah, Don, authorities and experts remain concerned about this movement. Now, there's a lot we don't know about this specific suspect. We've reached out to his attorney for comment. We have not yet heard back. Of course, there's a concern that maybe mental health may be at play here. But this case illustrating what is concerning for law enforcement officials, and that is you could have adherents to these fringe movements like QAnon that are predisposed to violence. Finally, it's worth noting, Don, that the basis of this entire movement is this notion that somehow Democrats and Hollywood celebrities are preying on children, yet we see the hypocrisy here in this case, where you have an alleged QAnon adherent, someone who said that he was enlightened by QAnon, standing charged for the murder of his own 2 children.
We'll get some perspective now from Mia Bloom, a professor at the Evidence-Based Cybersecurity Research Group at Georgia State University, author of the recent book Pastels.
And also the reason I'm showing this is really important because this pattern of people talking about going after pedophiles, going after the CPS ring, the organized ring of people that are abducting children. There are obviously groups here that drive that mentality, and I was trying to go down the road of what Don was describing rang a bell for me, because I remember seeing this stuff when I was into understanding QAnon conspiracies, and it rang this bell. And I don't know if it's just an explanation for CPS going after the family, or, like I said, are people feeding this to him? Is he getting sucked in to the same kind of thinking, the same kind of, I would call it a cult.
Right. He said he read a book. I wonder if this is the
He may be reading, yeah, I don't know, but it's scary. And it's scary, especially considering the text message I'm going to share in a second.
Yeah, it really does sound like a cult to me.
It's very much, well, it's a huge cult that feeds other militant groups across the country who follow the same belief system.
Pedophiles inside the mind of QAnon. Mia, I mean, I was so sickened when I heard this story, and at the same time, not surprised, because this whole thing of lizard people, which is apparently, according to the FBI report, what this guy was believing his children were going to be turned into, or were turning into, has been around for a while. And
he's going to talk about David Icke. You guys, oh my gosh, one of the worst conspiracy theorists in the world, in my opinion, was David Icke. He started a long time ago. He's driven so many people to believe that there are reptilian people disguised and running these conspiracy, like people
I've heard about that.
People believe this stuff.
Yeah.
I've had QAnon believers tell me about it. I mean, where does this even come from? It's been around for a long while.
So since about 1999, there's a British, I guess he's an ex-soccer player and BBC news presenter named David Icke, or Icky. He has been producing books about lizard people since 1999. He's produced about 20 books, and he's on this, sort of the talk circuit, where he gives talks to these very large groups of paying customers. And basically it's anti-Semitic. They talk about a cabal that is controlling things, led by the Rothschild family. So a lot of what Icky has been saying for the last 20 plus years fits very well with the QAnon conspiracy.
And I mean, it's an important point. I was talking to author Daniel Silva about this recently, that this is just age-old anti-Semitic tropes. This is the blood libel, the idea of the Illuminati, the idea of, like, the Nazis says that Jews were drinking the blood of children. QAnon people claim that celebrities and Democrats and others are drinking the blood of children for some bizarre chemical.
So anyway, that's the beginning of most of the groups that follow the same kind of thinking, this conspiracies around the abduction of children and why they're abducting children. And it just goes from there. I'm going to, there's other groups, and I'm going to show you how QAnon has spawned off this belief system and these other groups. And what the groups are called. This is really important, I think, to understand, because you're not going to hear about QAnon if you start going down this road of groups that believe this. I don't know who Don was talking to or is talking to or who.
He never actually said the word QAnon.
No, but he mentioned a group, and I'm going to get to that in a
Okay.
second. I'm sorry, I'm not showing it right away, but I'm leading people in the direction of understanding that it's not a QAnon group. Like, people aren't going to say, "Oh, I was talking to QAnon." They're going to say maybe they're part of some other group, and they have different names.
They're like connected.
Well, here's an example. QAnon disinformation cult is behind Save the Children and Save Our Children rallies. They're only going to be known by those two groups. Those are the hashtags that represent the people who have those belief systems. Rallies planned on Facebook by QAnon supporters or sympathizers have brought this the conspiracy offline into the town squares of dozens of cities. The cult-like conspiracy movement, QAnon, is behind nationwide rallies this weekend. This was, what's the date? This is 2020. And viral Save the Children hashtags all over social media. All right. And what happened was the hashtag was reinstated and continued. So they disabled the hashtag because they realized there's actually a legitimate group called Save the Children out there.
Yeah, there is. I've heard of
So
that.
as it spiked, Facebook briefly disabled the hashtag because they were misrepresenting themselves as a legitimate group, I believe, with a warning that went against community standards. That action poured gasoline on the QAnon community, probably because they thought they were trying to get the organization, the leaders were trying to shut them down, which rallied to circumvent what they blamed in groups was censorship. The hashtag was reinstated and continued to take off, but lost steam when QAnon believers moved to Save Our Children after realizing Save the Children, the humanity organization founded in 1919, was actually the one funded by Bill and Melinda Gates. So they can't use that hashtag. So they changed it to Save Our Children.
Okay.
While 3.5 million users across thousands of groups were talking about Save the Children and Save Our Children by Friday, the most engaging conversations were happening in Facebook groups and on Instagram accounts related to QAnon, according to an analysis. And again, it's all centered around children. It's all centered around the belief that they're saving children from this huge global high-powered cult that's abducting and using children for various purposes. That's one organization. Child trafficking rings. Let me see. Pastors, right-wing Christian conservatives are concerned about this because the focus of drawing in people are Christian conservatives are the ones getting sucked into this and brainwashed this because it aligns with a lot of the, they're conservatives. They don't like government control of things. And so the QAnon mentality of anti-government and anti-anything to do with government controlling families, especially CPS, is at the core of QAnon beliefs, and it pulls people who are also far-right Christians who believe the same thing. I'm not saying I disagree with far-right Christians. There is too much government control in our lives in a lot of areas, but they're more susceptible to these conspiracy theories because of it, to the point that pastors are actually getting very concerned about it. And there's an article, I'm just going to show this real quick, that's titled Meet the Pastors Fighting Back Against QAnon. And I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it just talks about especially evangelical far-right Baptist Christians. This pastor here, Bruce Jerringson, is saying it's extreme. He gets down to this part down here. Hold on. And it's like, and it lines up with especially the prepper mentality too. He describes his adult son, who he didn't want to name, as a good, polite kid, but recalls in January 2020, something changed, and soon he was having discussions about apocalyptic forces of evil and a coming storm. Does that sound familiar? In this interview we just listened?
Yeah.
It's too late. The words came out of Don's mouth. It's just too late, I think. It's too late. The world has changed. And apocalyptic type of talk, which is a prepper type of talk too. So next thing I know, he's buying a large number of firearms and ammunition and a bulletproof vest, and warning that he's preparing for what's coming next. And I would say that what's coming next, what we're going to have open warfare in the middle of Ohio. So that's the level of it, you guys. It drives this apocalyptic, this world war is coming. Let's see. Despite the dangers within the church, very few are speaking up about the threat, preferring to bury their heads in the sand and hope the danger passes. I think this is a major threat. I think it's growing. I think there are large groups out there who yes, anti-authority, anti-government, anti-CPS. They believe there's a global ring, powerful people who are actually abducting children on a large scale for nefarious reasons, for money. Not saying that there aren't rings like that, but on a global scale, now you're getting to the point where you're believing in this massive conspiracy theory.
Right.
And it's scary. It's drawing in especially conservative Christians.
But do you think someone could be gatekeeping it, like with Scientology? We still don't know exactly what goes on in there.
Who's running it,
You know
right?
what I mean?
Like who's running it?
I guess, but also like Scientology has kept a lot of their rituals and things secret.
This isn't an organized religion. This is like a virus started by QAnon, a belief system. It's almost like a dogma they've created, and all of these other right-wing, far-right groups who are also anti-government and militant are taking it to the next level.
Okay.
And it's very scary. This is probably one of the best videos this is probably the best video I've seen of people who say they have to distance themselves from their family who have gone into this dark world of this dark belief system. And it's really bad. And I'm showing this to show how widespread it is. Before I do this, I am going to show the text message I received from a friend, because I was asking around people who have known Don, talked to Don. Has he been down this road? Who has he talked to? Who's he been talking to that may share the same belief system as that matches the QAnon belief system? And shoot, I had this saved and everything. I'm gonna have to find it again. And I received something back. And unfortunately this is hearsay. I debated whether I was going to show this, you guys, but I trust the source enough to believe this story. And so this story is this is hearsay. I'm not going to say this is proven, but what her friend was talking to Don in 2022 and asking him, because they were going down this road of trying to understand like who he was talking to, why does he believe these things, and what he was doing on the 15th. And this is going to be a huge claim. This is not proven. This is alleged, 100% alleged. They asked Don what he was doing on the 15th, on that morning. And Don admitted that he had met with a group. He had had breakfast with a group on the 15th. The morning of the 15th, he had had breakfast with a group. Allegedly. I haven't been able to prove this, you guys, so don't take this as fact. I can't talk to Don and ask him to confirm. I only have this one source. And this is her friend that says she was talking to Don and he said this. But he met with a group on the morning of the 15th. And this is the first group that I was able to at least get a hint of who Don might be talking to that might align with the belief system. And so this was the text message. I blurred out who sent this to her by request. And because I wanted to know, the claim was that he met these people, this group, the morning of the 15th. The claim was that it was Oath Keepers, the Oath Keepers. And I'll show you a little bit about the Oath Keepers and who they are. But in this message, she was saying that she did confirm from Don that it was the Oath Keepers that he met that morning. Totally unrelated to Summer Wells, I think. But it's interesting that he is connected or communicating with the Oath Keepers. This may not be news though, or new information, because according to my friend, he also posted his connection with the Oath Keepers on Facebook before. So if anybody can find that message, but I don't think this is groundbreaking or brand new information, but this helped me understand who he's talking to. I think it's the Oath Keepers. And I don't know anything about the Oath Keepers, or didn't know anything about them until I started doing a little bit of searching. But That was the first clue I got, who he's talking to, who has this
Mhm.
kind of information.
What are they talking about? The shaved head, is that something they do in the Oath Keepers?
I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe more people know what that might be related to. The shaved
Yeah.
head, maybe that's part of a militant belief system. I'm not sure.
Right.
So that's interesting too. Yes, the Oath Keepers were at the
Oh, okay.
what do they call it, invasion or whatever
Yeah.
that was in January of whatever year of the White House. There were many other groups that follow QAnon belief systems that were at the White House as well. That is actually a really big event that shows the danger posed by QAnon conspiracy theories. Takes people to a militant extreme against the government. But yes, I heard that Oath Keeper was there. I'm going to show really quick where I ended on this is going down the road of Oath Keepers and what they're all about, So that's the danger. I mean, it breaks families when it's not just the QAnon conspiracies. When I was talking to, when I was doing a lot of debunking of conspiracy theories and talking to my friend who was a doctor, a researcher who studied people who go down and start going down the road of, okay, I'll be honest with you guys. It was Kit Green, and Kit Green was very interested in this because in CIA they have what's called the Weird Desk, and they are interested in Americans that get sucked into conspiracy theories. You can see why the danger posed to the government by anybody, by a foreign government, and they believe foreign governments drive these conspiracy theories because you can see the danger. You have a raid on the U.S. Capitol that I would say was very well fueled by QAnon type of conspiracy thinking against the government. Foreign governments love thinking against the government. And one thing that Kit, that was his nickname, told me was in his experience following people who follow any conspiracy theory. It doesn't just have to be anti-government. It can be weird alien conspiracy theories. They always follow the same path. People get sicker. His exact words, they get sicker and sicker and sicker. And I'm pretty sure he meant psychologically.
Right.
They lose their sense of reality. They start to obsess with this, and it will drive their actions. They'll actually can become militant in some scary situations. And the Oath Keepers, I didn't know much about before. I found out about that text message tonight. So I haven't done a whole lot of research on the Oath Keepers. Many of you probably have much more research on the Oath Keepers. The only thing I have is a little bit of information, and you guys can maybe help me going forward in the future to understand who the Oath Keepers are, what other groups out there are kind of, especially in East Tennessee. I want to know in this area what kind of militant groups are similar to follow QAnon based conspiracy theories, because
are they connected to the QAnon?
They follow the.
Sorry to interrupt.
Well, let's take a look at what they believe. The Oath Keepers were an anti-government extremist organization formed in 2009 that quickly became one of the largest groups with the militia movement, which believes the federal government has been co-opted by a shadowy conspiracy that is trying to strip Americans of their rights. Though the Oath Keepers accepted anyone as members, what differentiated them from other anti-government extremist groups was their explicit focus on recruiting current and former military, law enforcement, and first responder personnel, which is really scary, actually. The group garnered national attention with their significant participation in the January 6th storming of the U.S. Capitol. Members of the group planned actions in advance, established a weapons arsenal, played a significant role in the breach of the Capitol. Origins of membership.
Hello, there was a rally in Rogersville, and Oath Keepers had been there.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Founded in 2009 by former attorney and Army veteran Stuart Rhodes, they soon became a significant component of the militia movement, whose adherents armed themselves in preparation to fight what they believe is a tyrannical, conspiracy-driven federal government. That sounds familiar. The Oath Keepers differentiated themselves by other groups through an explicit focus on recruiting, like that was said earlier. 38,000 names. Holy crap. That's a lot of people. Their pledge, believing that an ostensibly tyrannical government had planned to use law enforcement and the military against the American people, which is fascinating because they are a very large contingent of former military and law enforcement. It's like they don't trust where they came from.
Interesting.
Took a pledge to fight against the perceived despotism. Their pledge, which harkens back to the honorable vow, reminds that they swore an oath to defend the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. They vow they will refuse to cooperate with perceived government tyranny by declaring that there are certain orders from superiors they will refuse to obey. It doesn't say anything about specifically being against CPS, but that is a government organization. So maybe there is a connection. I haven't dug enough into this, you guys. Yeah, they were at the Capitol. Yep. It is like an addiction. And when you start going down this path, the problem is it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because when you start to believe these things, you start to see everything in the world supports your belief system. Going back to Don's statements that aligned with this anti-government, anti-CPS, global cabal that's running a child trafficking system with a lot of money, that's very much QAnon, you guys. I don't know if it's the Oath Keepers that are driving that were driving that mentality. I don't know when he started. Number one, I don't know definitively if he was talking to the Oath Keepers. I'm not going to say that right off the bat. This is hearsay. But if he was, that is a possible inlet for the conspiracy theories to come into his life. I don't know when, if it was before Summer disappeared. I don't know if this started after Summer disappeared, as his way of having like a coping mechanism, because a lot of parents, probably men in particular, if they lose a child and they need to come up with a reason, and they need to come up with reasoning that makes sense in their head, this could be maybe a conspiracy that helps him cope with the fact that his daughter is gone. Although I know a lot of you think he's guilty of being involved, but if he wasn't, then it would make sense why he's talking like this, because it's a coping mechanism, in my opinion. What's scary to me is if it was before, then that's a whole different story. And I'm going to investigate down that road. I'm going to try to find more information about conversations, people he was connected with potentially that were part of any QAnon group, to understand if that was a building mentality before Summer disappeared. I want to know who else was involved in talking to Dawn about this type of stuff, because here's the thing I'm going down, you guys. The theory I'm going down is, if there were groups who were anti-government and believed that there was an organized cabal with a lot of power that are trying to steal children for these other purposes, then what would happen if one person who has that belief system has CPS coming to their house?
True.
And who else would have learned about CPS visits, CPS involvement in the family, and would they have come up with a response? And this is totally a rabbit hole. I'm just thinking out loud here, that if this was before and CPS started getting involved with a family of someone who believes this mentality, this QAnon type of belief system, that's a dangerous scenario, because they are going to want to stop the government or the people in power or the people who are the financiers from taking Summer and diverting that and preventing it somehow. Crazy conspiracy. I'm going down a conspiracy.
Yeah,
right
I'm
here.
like,
But that's I want to put this.
You're the conspiracy person.
This path of research in your hands, you guys. We have a lot of really good researchers who are subscribed to our channel. They dig down a lot, sometimes further than I've gone, in directions I never even thought of. So I want to put this on your plate. Just think in terms of this and figure out what was going on before Summer disappeared, before June 15th. Are there comments out there? Are there posts? Are there things that either Dawn or Candace or anyone they were involved with were saying that matched the QAnon mentality before the disappearance?
Right.
Because that could help us understand potentially who was involved in a plot to prevent CPS, to block CPS, or to fight against CPS somehow. That's kind of the way I'm headed.
Oh, CPS. That's a whole other rabbit hole.
Some people believe there was a CPS conspiracy.
Yeah.
That's another path. The whole church. I know some people think the church with Robin, I think someone mentioned Robin up above, the SDA church.
Yeah.
That maybe they're
part.
I don't know if the SDA belief system is at all anti-government, anti-CPS. I don't think so. I always thought Robin was probably one of the people, at least, that might have reported to CPS potentially.
Okay.
That I don't know if it was. She never admitted it to me. I chatted with her for a long time, and she never admitted she was one. But I kind of got the feeling like she was, but she wouldn't say because she wanted law enforcement to take care of it, not the public. But it's homegrown domestic terrorism when someone or a family is manipulated in the capacities that so many have been having them believe that a vigilante movement involvement is there. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah. When you're facing government action by a government organization like the CPS, and you are in a state of mind where you're like willing to be vigilante about going against the government, like the invasion, I guess I'll call it, of the Capitol. I mean, what else would you be willing to do to prevent the government from taking over your family, from destroying your family? It's just an interesting, like, that interview spawned all this thinking, you guys, and like I went down this rabbit hole. I know it's
leave it to you.
Far down a rabbit hole.
No, I was just researching. There was a group a long time ago of very important men in the long time ago, and I can't remember what it was called. That's what I was looking for.
Say that again.
Edison, that group of very famous men. I don't know. I don't remember what it was called. That always sounds stupid.
It could be, Callow. Honestly, maybe this is just after the fact, after Summer disappeared. Maybe that's Don's like I said earlier, maybe this is just his coping mechanism, or trying to push blame if you believe that he was guilty. Then it could be like it's this cabal, it's this group of people that are highly funded and took Summer. Maybe that's blame game. I don't know. Yeah. Yes. Although knowing who might have been talking beforehand, before she disappeared, could help with finding a child, knowing who's involved. So in a way, it's important. Candace spoke of the song My House, very anti-government lyrics. Interesting. My House. I've never heard that of you.
My house is a very...
Do you think this will ever get solved? Do you believe people are not talking due to real danger? Usually, yeah, I do. I do. I actually think this is way more complicated than most missing child cases. More complicated in that I think maybe there are other people involved, and it makes the case extremely complicated to prosecute. Yeah, I do think that's why it's taking so long. And I do think many people think it's dangerous. Many people think these groups are dangerous. Even there's any of these militant groups, if you try to speak out against them, then yeah, of course, or blame them. Like if someone actually tries to come out and blame one of these groups, I wouldn't do that. I would go to the authorities first before I publicly try to blame a particular group.
Right.
And that's not what we're doing tonight. We're not blaming the Oath Keepers. What I'm saying is the Oath Keepers had a mentality that Don was expressing, and that helps us understand where it comes from, maybe why he's speaking that way, and maybe the people he was talking to beforehand, which is important to know. Candace said My House was one of Summer's favorite songs. Yeah, and I think understanding the modus operandi could help with locations too, honestly.
Yeah.
The TBI has to be onto that if it is the case, though. I would hope that if there is a group out there that was involved, that they would be well on it, but it's probably very complicated, and especially if it's multiple people. In Charlottesville, the Southern groups accompanied Neo groups and the Odinist Oath Keepers marched together. Man, it's confusing. Isn't it crazy how many of these people
Well, it's hard because I have no knowledge of any of this, so
yeah.
It's hard for me to give an opinion.
I think the problem, and this may not just be Summer, Dawn actually made a really good point. if there was, they believe Summer, particularly because blonde hair, blue eyes, so they think she would have been a target. So that would make these groups want to protect Summer even more so because they think she's a target of this like cabal, Illuminati, rich people trying to take children. Like they would consider her a prime target, I guess. Not that there aren't rings out there. I just don't think that there's a government cabal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Deborah. Yes, and man, you guys, I went down the Illuminati path. There was a group out there who made a website. It was Illuminati.com. This was a long time ago. They presented themselves as the Illuminati. And they're like, if you want to become a member of the Illuminati, you will get riches beyond your beliefs, blah, blah, blah. I actually tried to infiltrate by filling out their form, letting them get in touch with me, trying to learn what they were all about. And of course, what happened was after about 3 or 4 messages, they wanted me to submit like a $300 deposit for membership.
Of course.
So I did go down the European Illuminati to try to understand where the whole Illuminati conspiracy theory came from, and it's actually amazing, you guys. They were called the Bavarian Illuminati. It started at a university of students, and they were, I think it might have been around the time when books were not allowed, or like books weren't
allowed.
There was a time in European history when it was very highly controlled what books you could read. Correct me if I'm wrong, Deborah. This was a long time I researched this, but there was a secret society where these students got together to have discussions that were not allowed at the time in Europe. And it was like an intellectual group. That was the secret society. And it eventually spread across Europe, and it became this far-reaching secret society of intellectuals who could express opinions and read books that they wanted to.
That sounds good.
It was fascinating. But then, unfortunately, in the modern age, people learned about the secret society. They went off the radar because they were started to get, persecuted or chased. And so they went under the radar. And now people believe that the Illuminati is like this big cabal of super rich people running the world. That's not what it was. It was a group of intellectuals that started at a university, and it was about just expressing ideas and exchanging ideas and reading books that they were not allowed to at the time. That's all it was. I don't believe in any real world today Illuminati of powerful rich people and the Rothschilds and all that stuff. You guys can believe it if you want. I don't.
Oh gosh, don't let him go down this road.
There's no proof of it. It's not a proven theory.
You'll talk about. I'm
glad you put a smiley face.
I think I'll check out because I can tell you're going to just talk about this all night.
No, I could talk about these conspiracy theories forever. The Rothschilds.
And if I can think of the group I was thinking of, I'll let you know.
Yeah. So take this and run with it, you guys. Go and anything you learn about, especially pre-Summer going missing, I'm interested in learning more about that. People who maybe the Wells were talking to that fell in line with QAnon belief systems beforehand. There's very little information out there about before she went missing, just before. But that's what I'm interested in right now. And I hope you guys found this interesting tonight. The interview was eye-opening.
It was interesting.
The interview was eye-opening. Yeah. It was. Any other thoughts on the interview? What were your thoughts on? He went off the rails. Like it was.
Yeah, I did not expect that at all. Just the fact that he said he read a book was interesting.
He sounded very intelligent.
Sorry, I know.
Right?
That's why I was like, well, maybe there's more to him than I thought.
I mean, using word like the financiers, that was impressive. He's not some hillbilly.
I've heard of Morgan and Morgan though. They're always advertising.
Yeah, and that goes down the road of the rich running the world, the Rothschilds, that belief system of the financiers. The fact that he read that book just to go down that conspiracy theory is very fascinating. So we are going to sign off, spend some time with our kids.
Eat supper.
They came to celebrate an early birthday with me.
Him, the big 5.
No, I'm 39.
50.
I ffeel 39.
50.
I've been saying I'm 39 for the last 10 years. And I'm going to keep on saying that. Too.
Okay, that's
So,
fine. Whatever.
I feel 39.
Believe what you want.
Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. And again, anybody who digs up more, let me know. It's fascinating stuff. It goes down the whole prepper mentality, the prepper world that we all know was part of this.
I have a feeling that's going to get more prevalent right now because of all the weird things that are happening in the world right now.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Sometimes I'm tempted to start.
I know,
prepping.
right?
Gosh,
yeah.
Start going off the grid.
I'm just glad we don't live in the city personally.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you all for joining us tonight. This was interesting. Wonderful comments. You guys had some really good insights. Made me actually think of some things I hadn't thought of. So I appreciate that. Oh, happy 51st.
Oh, you know what? That's my age.
Jen is 51.
I'm 51. I'm older.
Yep. You guys are awesome. Thank you for entertaining us tonight. Being willing to spend some time with us. Only an hour and a half tonight, not 3 hours like the other night. I didn't even post that live. It was too much drama. But we're gonna keep going down this road. We've got searches lined. I've got searches lined up for tomorrow. I don't know if you'll come.
I have to take Katrina home
Tomorrow and Monday. I'm doing a good amount of searching. There's not gonna be any lives the next couple of days. I'm usually exhausted after searching, so I'm gonna enjoy birthday with the kids tonight, and then we'll be back probably Monday or Tuesday with another video and some more lives next week. So thank you all. Appreciate spending time with you all the time when you come on our lives. Love you all. Appreciate you all, and we'll see you next time.
Bye guys.